So you join me right now as I'm driving through Germany on my way to a small town called Wuppertal, just somewhere between Cologne and Dusseldorf. Now it's about a 7-hour drive from London to get here, and I've done this in a rather delicious Porsche 718 Cayman GTS, which is a sheer joy to drive, particularly on Germany's unrestricted autobahns. But it's not this car that I'm here to tell you about. I'm actually on my way to see something much bigger. And it's this, the Volkner Mobile Performance S, quite possibly the most luxurious motorhome on the entire planet. Welcome to Decadence. From the outside, it might not look like much. You'd be mistaken for thinking that it's just a regular coach as it passes you on the motorway. You maybe even think it's an upmarket tour bus for an indie band on their way to play a venue that's far too cool for me to be allowed in. But what you probably wouldn't expect is that this understated vehicle is actually a 5-star luxury hotel on wheels. Inside you'll find a palace, a luxury lounge designed to give you the most decadent experience on your road trip. You'll find real sheepskin carpets throughout, as well as this gorgeous marble effect going on back here. And at the top we've got real wood cabinets, all of which is completely customizable if you're one of those people that fancies throwing some horrible shades of hot pink around the room. And then speaking of customizable, the same goes for the sound system up here in the roof. You can put whatever you want through here to turn this into a rolling disco. There are solar panels up on the roof, of course, which should help keep the power flowing to your fridge, your microwave, and your dishwasher. That's right, this thing has its own dishwasher. And over here we'll find a lovely storage space for your finest crystal glassware. And I'm told that this has got suspension that's specifically optimized to make sure that this doesn't rattle about when you're driving. Now that's just an incredible attention to detail. But you might expect that given the somewhat lofty price of almost $1.7 million. If it's a luxury property you're after, then that sort of money could buy you this rather delightful 4-bedroom open plan house in Hawaii. Or alternatively, you could get this 6-bed country manor in Yorkshire, very beautiful part of the world. Alternatively, if it's a car you're after, then that money could get you over 8 Aston Martin DB11s, that's brand new models as well. But none of those options combine luxury living and travel, unless you can somehow get a house the size of a cathedral on the back of a pickup truck. The Performance S then is the way to see the world, and it has every convenience you'd hope for. There's smart heating throughout, of course, and beautiful lighting up here in the bedroom ceilings. And speaking of the bedroom, it's a full-size double bed that's actually comfortable. None of this camping bed with a roll-away mattress nonsense. This thing actually demands a good night's sleep. Now, I've actually just come back from a 2,500-mile road trip going around some of the most beautiful parts of Europe in a VW camper. And while I did love that little van, there are definitely many things I prefer about this thing. For one, I can actually easily stand up and walk about, which is a rare treat for someone who's 6'2". In fact, the whole outside wall actually mechanically extends outwards when you park to make the living space bigger. There's a hot running shower too, which is infinitely more elegant than the one in my actual London flat. And over here, a proper toilet. Now, I don't want this video to become crude, but anyone who's ever done a long trip and had to endure a terrible service station bathroom will appreciate just how important having a really good toilet is. But even better are the two 40-inch tellies that rise out of the side panels in your bedroom and living room, which means when you're getting tired on your road trip, you can plug in your games console and while away the hours making poor Link here climb even more mountains. But the best part of this RV is that you don't need to be bored on those long drives. And now we find out why I brought the Porsche. And you just thought it was for fun. Yep, that's right, this RV has its own hydraulic lift to keep a sports car neatly tucked away when not in use. Sure, dropping an extra 70 grand on this Porsche just to have a toy for the twisty roads might seem like a bit of an extravagance, but when you're already spending well over $1 million on the RV itself, what's an extra 70 grand? So the Performance S is probably best thought of then as more of a land yacht. Just imagine one of those massive luxury super yachts in the Monte Carlo Bay, packed with comfy couches and chilled champagne. Difference is this thing's got wheels and it's barreling down European highways. Road trips are amazing holidays that give you the freedom to go wherever you want and whenever you want to go there. Road tripping in this thing, however, means that you don't have to leave your 5-star luxury lifestyle behind. So what do you think to this massive vehicle? Is $1.7 million a bit too rich for your blood? Do make sure to leave your comments in the box below and like and subscribe for a lot more from CNET.